What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stymie here at old Aquadale Smoke Barbecue. Man, I hope y'all have had a good evening. This is the beginning of the video of the barbecue cook. Now, if you watched the video yesterday, you seen us. Me and Mama Ginger made some homemade red slaw, and I just went in there and tasted some right before I hit the button on this record here. Tell you what, it's a lot better today than it was yesterday, so that lets you know right there. Let it sit a few days to make it perfect. So what we're going to do today is, or this evening, it's actually going to be this evening, tonight. I might probably get up about 3 in the morning and come do some work on this thing, but we're going to start a Boston butt. And it's going to be about a 12 to 14 hour cook, 225 degrees. I'm going to go in there in a little bit. We're going to start prepping, getting the Boston butt ready. I'm going to do something different. I ain't never done this before. I'm going to flip the Boston butt upside down. We're going to score some hash marks in the fat cap, and we're going to let all that fat cook upside down and render right across the Boston butt. I don't think you can mess up a Boston butt, so I'm pretty sure it's going to work. So we'll get started on this thing in a little bit. We'll see y'all in a little bit later. All right, so this is the Boston butt we got. It's about 6.5, maybe 7 pounds. Bought it on sale last year, been in the freezer. And these things are good to put in the freezer. You know, you get them on sale, buy you a couple of them, store them up. It's always good to have. What we're going to do is, this is what they call the fat cap. This is almost labeled upside down because normally the sticker's is on this side, but for whatever reason it's not. But anyway, this is the fat cap. What we're going to do, cut squares all the way through this thing on the bottom, and hopes of all this fat as it's cooking, because of the cuts, is going to run all the way around this Boston butt and encase it with all that good flavor. Should give it a really good bark. I'm gonna open this thing up, show you what I'm gonna do with it. It's gonna be awesome. All right, so we got the Boston butt out. Flip this mamma jamma over. Pull this knife out. Start cutting some grooves. You don't want to cut the meat, just the fat. And then we're going to turn this thing, quarter of a turn. Slicing them squares in like that. What it's going to do is just going to make this fat cook away. And flavors in the fat. I mean, there's no question about it. So let's get this thing ready. What we're going to be cooking with tonight is, I like to use the Thermopro. It's not one of the high dollar ones like a lot of people got, but it works for me. I got 1,900 apps on my phone. Can't stand having another app that I got to look at for cooking, so I got this on my iPad. I'll show you setup in a little bit, but I always use number 1. It's got 4 probe settings. I use number 1, and I put it in my cooker for ambient temperature. And that basically tells me what the temperature inside the grill is. Because that dial down there is close, but it ain't always accurate. That's accurate. So here it is on the iPad. I'll come right over here, click the Thermopro, and it pops right up. So if you look right there, it's showing me 81 degrees on this ambient temperature probe. That's what's showing me here. Each and every one of these probes have their own settings. And you can go in there and you can change anything to what you want. I've got some presets in here. You see the Boston butt down there. I'm not going to change the ambient, but I'm going to change the second one. I'm going to change it to Boston butt. Now it's set. So when I plug that probe in there, as we're cooking, it's going to tell me the temperature, and it'll actually give me an estimated time of how long it takes to cook. It's not that accurate. You're looking for temperature. The reason, or let me say, the only reason we're only putting black pepper on here is because this is, I'm going back to my roots, like the first Boston butt I ever cooked, and back in the 90s, 2000s, well, maybe not 90s, but definitely 2000s. Everybody was big on the Carolina treatment. And you know, we've tried dry rubs, and we've tried all this stuff, and we've made some really good barbecue. But this one is going back to the roots, and it's going to be a Carolina treat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick a probe in this thing, and we're gonna let it sit out for about 30 minutes. Room temperature, we're gonna put a probe in this thing, and when it gets to about 170 degrees, and this is the part I was telling you about 3 in the morning, when it gets to about 170 degrees, we're gonna take it out. Then I'm gonna cover this whole entire thing with Carolina treat. If you've ever opened up any Carolina treat and touch your finger with it, it's salty, but it's very good. It makes a dang good barbecue. We're gonna get a good bark on this thing. Should be awesome. All right, just took the Boston butt in the house, put it in there, gonna let it about 30 minutes, kind of sit, get room temperature. The reason I don't put a lot of sauce or rub on this one is because, like I said, we're trying to do a Carolina treat back in the day, old school, the way we done it way a long time ago. If you go to a barbecue restaurant, and I'm gonna probably get beat the heck out of for saying this, but I don't care, it's just the honest truth. If you go to somebody's place, or you go to a restaurant, or somebody is cooking barbecue, and they mix sauce into that barbecue and serve it to you already mixed with that sauce in it, they ain't making good barbecue. Let's fire this baby up. I'm gonna put it on smoke to get it started, and then we're gonna put this baby on 250 degrees, put our Boston butt in there. All right, Boston butt's in there cooking. Just put it in, so it's gonna be a while. Got the probes in, everything's reading like it's supposed to. Pan's got water in it. Now's the part. This is an ancient secret. Nobody can ever let this slip. Anybody's ever cooked Boston butts or any kind of cooking or smoking, they know you can't leave while it's cooking. So it's hard work. It's real hard work. So we're gonna sit right here. We're gonna focus on getting this Boston butt cooked, and it's hard. I mean, I'm watching it right now. It's tough as all get out, but it's cooking. Yeah.
Hey, honey, you want to go to Walmart?
Oh no, honey, I can't. I got to stay here with this Boston. No, you know how cooking is. I've got to stay right here, right here.
It's Mother's Day.
Yeah, but you want it to be perfect, right?
I do.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to stay right here. Y'all go on to Walmart, and I'll take care of this.
I guess I have to go by myself.
Yeah, I wish I could go, honey. I really do.
Bye. Have fun.
Love you.
Love you.
See. We're still cooking Boston butt. Look how hard this is. I'm slaving. We're coming up on the 12-hour mark. I was out here at 3 this morning, 3:30. Didn't feel like getting my phone out, digging that out. But we're at 183 internal temperature. We'll take a peek at it. Oh man, look at this. All right, so we got just a light dusting Carolina treat on top of it, and I don't know if you can tell or not with this glare, but that bone's already about to fall out when I picked it up. I mean, this thing is cooked perfect. So we'll put it in the cooler. At 1 o'clock, we'll do a taste test. Good. All right. It's time for the big reveal. Look at that mamma jamma right there. And look at that bone. Come right out. That's what we're talking about right there. All right. Bought this on Amazon. Chase your wife around the house with it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this Boston butt down in this food grade bucket. And instead of back in the day we used to pull these things by hand, we're gonna see how this works. There you have it, perfectly pulled pork. Oldest son Jake with Horseware, he's gonna test it out to see if it's fit and eat for everybody. Look at that.
Right on time.
On time.